Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Today we're taking a family road trip in the Chevy Equinox EV to Pittsburgh. Let's get into it. All right, everybody, we are taking a road trip to Pittsburgh for a wedding. It's on Friday, always the best day to have a wedding. And it is at the Westin Pittsburgh. Never been there, but we're gonna go ahead and route there and see what the planner is telling me to do. The planner is telling me 6 charging stops. Okay, all right. You know, I've been singing the praises of the Google Planner, and look at this. Yeah, so I'll be back. All right, so I think I figured out the problem. NACS adapter was switched off, which is weird because you can still get there without charge, whatever. There are chargers to use. So I'm gonna click back there. And then I guess because I didn't have Electrify America, because that is an option as well, which I would prefer not to use because there is the Bedford site. I'll click that. And supercharger. Here we go. The Westin Pittsburgh. And oh, look, it gave me a charging stop at Bedford. All right, everybody. So I went ahead and actually changed the settings where it'll like tell us if it's available or not. So theoretically, if the Bedford site's not available, it should adjust our charging options. But I do have the pass for this, and I'm actually going to change this because I would prefer to arrive with like 50% to the site, so I don't have to worry about it once we get there. And let me see if that changes anything. 2 charging stops. Where's it having charge? Is it the EV Go? It's like, oh, it has me. It's a Tesla supercharger that's right on the way. So perfect. All right, so we are now gonna start. 4 hours and 38 minutes total. 2 hours and 21 minutes to Bedford. Let's get on the road. All right, everybody, we had a change of plans. We're just gonna stop and get dinner here in Hagerstown at Chili's. You know, they're making a comeback, or I guess they've already made the comeback. But yeah, so we're gonna go grab some dinner and then we'll get on the road. It's still saying we're gonna go to Bedford. So I'm thinking we might not stay at Bedford too long, or I might navigate us to the Apple Green. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's right off the road. We don't have to leave the turnpike. And then we can just get enough to get us to the Tesla, and that's where we can do our big charge. So I think that's the plan. Let's go get some dinner. Okay, so we just finished our dinner at Chili's back there. Great meal. Chili's, honestly, a great stop when you're road tripping. And I've decided to do a little bit different of a plan. I don't know, honestly, I don't remember if I talked about this earlier. But instead of going to Bedford, we had to get off of the turnpike. We're just gonna go to Apple Green. It's gonna be more expensive by about, I think, 8 cents, but we want to get off, and we also don't need to charge up that much. We really just need enough to get us to the Tesla supercharger, and then we can do our bulk charging there. So that's what we are gonna do. Let me flip the camera around and show you the deets. So here it is, hour and 39 minutes. We'll arrive at 24%, which is much better than arriving with 40% state of charge. Sorry if my camera work was a little sketchy there. So that's great. And yeah, we're gonna get on the road and catch you all in Somerset. All right, everybody, don't know if you can hear me over all these trucks, but I'm here at Apple Green in the Somerset North Travel Plaza on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and we're gonna charge up here. Normally I wouldn't go for Apple Green because, let me see if I can show you, the price is, well, it's $55 for non-members, and there it is. And, okay, we're not. There we go, 55 for non-members and 50 for members, but I'm a member, so that's gonna be all right. I actually like this layout, easy to set up the app. If you want to credit card pay, you can credit card pay. If you want to set up auto charge, you can do that, which I think I'm gonna do. And then pricing details, I always forget I have to use the buttons. Right there, 55. But when you use the app, it's actually 50 cents, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's go ahead and get plugged in. So I went ahead and activated. I also tried to set up auto charge because last time I did that in New Jersey, I had issues. I am charging. Let's see what we get here. I didn't check my battery temp, but we should get 150 some odd kilowatts. Let's see. Ramping up. There we go. 139, 146, 147. That's about it. As the voltage rises, so will our charge rate. We're getting almost 500 amps, almost at 300 volts. It'll go up to 330 near the top of the pack. It's really cold. I'm gonna go inside and use the restroom. Ran into the travel center here. See if I can get a good shot. There it is. All right. North Somerset. Got Dunkin'. Not my favorite. Here, I haven't had Dunkin' in a while. Maybe it's better. Nope. That's okay. But got coffee. This is getting me to Pittsburgh. This is honestly, this is not the best travel center Pennsylvania has to offer, or Apple Green. So I think Apple Green owns this property as well, or manages it. But maybe they'll bring some updates, bring some new stuff. It's just a 7-Eleven, Roy Rogers, and a Dunkin'. And a Baskin Robbins. But yeah, that's fine. Here, let me flip the camera around. Here it is, North Somerset. And then they have a little placard here about the Flight 93 National Memorial, which is nearby. So it just shows you how to get there. But yeah, nice little travel center. They got some chairs there if you want to lounge. That's too zoomed in. There you go. And then down here, I don't know if you can see, but we got some. There we go. Tesla superchargers. Is this the place where I could have charged on those? But I'm not sure. It's okay. But we're over here at the Apple Green. Let me zoom out. There we are, charging up. I don't know if you can see that. Nah, but yep, so just gonna charge up a little bit more and then we're gonna get on our way. And over there is the South Somerset Plaza. Sorry, I was in 0.5. And they also have Apple Green over there. I think they have some better options. Let's see. Dunkin', Pizza, Burger King, Popeye, 7-Eleven, Auntie Anne's. So yeah, that's a little bit better of a spot, but no worries. Charging up here. I'm gonna go get in the car and see how much we need to get where we need to be. Before I hop in the car, just gonna show my favorite right here. You can see all the details. A pretty normal walk down here. 315 volts, 400 amps, about added 24 kilowatt hours. And where's the time? I think the time is one screen back. Yep, in about 10 minutes, so that's good. And then where is it? The average charge speed, I actually like that. One of my favorite things they have too. 141 kilowatts, which is great. So I'm gonna go in the car, it's so cold. Okay, so it says that we are gonna arrive with 25%. So I'm good to go and save some money. See how much we paid, 20 bucks. It could be worse. It was, in this instance, worth the convenience, just pulling right off the highway. My son's asleep. We don't have to go a bunch of back roads, whatever, or you know, turn off too far. So I'm fine with that. We did end up paying. This is wrong. It should have been 50 cents per kilowatt hour. Let's see if that shakes out later. Because I use the app and I use auto charge. But let's go ahead and stop. Still getting good speeds, by the way. Let me actually show this before I stop. It's a really nice gradual. That's what we want to see. If I could see this all the time, it'd be incredible. But we're gonna go. Not gonna stay for 80%. Stopping. Let's go ahead and look at the deets. There we go. 2148 cost detail. Still saying 55. So I wonder if maybe later it'll charge us less. But we'll see. Added 39. Well, delivered 39. We probably didn't add 39 kilowatt hours. Has everything there, and I am good to go. So let's go ahead, unplug, put her back in. These are the heavier cables, Equinox cables. It also doesn't have, the one I used didn't have the articulating handle, but that's fine. There we go. And I do want to say this because they did the right thing. So they put this one that doesn't have the support here, and that would be closer to the Tesla port. And then for this one, they have it with that, so it can reach the other side because the Tesla would park over there. So that was good. Or theoretically, it could reach the back here of a Tesla. But anyways, let's get on the road to Pittsburgh. We have made it to Pittsburgh. We're at the Westin, very nice hotel, and they actually have charging here, which wasn't on Plugshare. So had I known that, we wouldn't have stopped to charge. Arrived here at 0, plugged in, and that would have been great. But oh well, not the end of the world. Looks like we're getting 7 kilowatts, which is good because that means it won't take longer to charge. It's $1.25 an hour to charge, which I haven't run the numbers, but I don't think that's amazing, but also not the end of the world, so that's fine. But we get a prime parking spot here. I'll have to come and move it eventually because I don't want to like spend $1 million charging, but we'll charge up to like 85, maybe 90%, and then yeah, we'll be good to go. We're gonna have a great time here at the wedding, and then I will catch up with you all when we are on our return trip home. Really a great time. We got some pretty bad efficiency. What were our numbers for the trip? Trip. Let me flip the camera. So these were our numbers. Our last trip was 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is good. 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour for the trip, not great, but we had like 12 to 15 mile an hour headwind the whole way. A lot of gain of elevation. On the way into Pittsburgh, we did have we were riding down the hill into Pittsburgh, so that helped us a little bit. But there's that. So yeah, great trip. 238.2 miles, not too bad. And now it's time to go to sleep. All right, everybody, now you join me a couple days later. We are in a parking garage by the Strip here in Pittsburgh. We were using some level 2 chargers, and we're charged up to 97%. Oh, 98%, so we got a good amount of range. We had some charge point chargers here that we use. Let me flip the camera around. So again, this parking garage has a bunch of charge point chargers, which is really nice. What's not nice is the price. Because it's $2.40 an hour, so that works at 6.6 kilowatts. So that works out to be close to, I think I calculated 30-some cents kilowatt hour. For level 2, it's pretty expensive. For level 2, I like anywhere between 20, maybe 27 tops. But whatever, it's all right. It was convenient at least. Now we can leave. We probably theoretically could make it all the way home, but you know how I like to charge, so we'll probably stop and charge somewhere. There's the Equinox. It's ready to go, looking good. Let's get on the road to home. Real quick before we leave, everybody, it says it's gonna take us 3 hours, 46 minutes, no charge to get home. Arrive with 2%. I'm cool with that because we can charge at home, but we'll see if that becomes reality. We got 98% state of charge. Let's get on the road. All right, everybody, we had a nice little short trip. I have to use the bathroom, but guess what? This site has apple green, a little expensive, but I'm going to use the convenience factor, and then we won't have to charge anymore. We went 72.3 miles, 2.5 mile per kilowatt hour efficiency, hour and 10 minutes of driving, and then this is our full trip from home to Pittsburgh and now going back. So our efficiency's been rough, lots of hills. The way out we had a lot of wind, and this way we just had a lot of hills. So yep, gonna go run in and use the bathroom, but first let's do plug and charge. All right, so if you've been following this video earlier at Apple Green, I set up plug and charge. So let's just plug and charge and see how it goes. I'm gonna have to use my other hand, hold up. All right, we're plugged in. These are a little bit heavier than the normal Equinox cables. Plugged in, starting communication, initializing, so plug and charge worked. So that was an easy setup. Firing up. We're not going to get very good charge rates. We're at a high state of charge, but always be charging. That's what we say here. Let's watch it get started, and then we'll go use the restroom. And we got a beep, and that means we'll be charging. There we go. 66%. Normally I wouldn't plug in this much, but I got to go to the bathroom. And maybe 80%. Let's see. Sorry, 80 kilowatts. Let's see what we get. 63. Okay, good enough. Let's go use the bathroom. All right, we're leaving the travel center here. I grabbed Dunkin', get that little boost. So yeah, just ABC, always be charging, and then we can get on the road immediately, and we'll have more than enough to get home. We'll ride probably with like 10% instead of 0. Disappointing, but it's gonna be all right. Here's the charging site. There's Tesla, which I can't use, but then here's the Apple Green, and I'm the only one here, so honestly not a big deal that I can't use Tesla, except for the price, because I bet those are cheaper, but oh well. Always love using Alpitronic HYC 400. Wish these had the 600 amp cables that are a little bit lighter, easier to use, but hey, still a nice charging site in general. If they were to go like 1 penny over 50 cents, I probably wouldn't use it, but 50 is just enough where I'm willing to pay for the convenience. All right, so we are at 77%. I'm just gonna leave it plugged in until everybody gets in the car, and then I'll unplug. You know, just keep it plugged in as long as possible. Let's look at this while they're getting in the car. Yeah, down to 56 kilowatts. But yeah, look at that flat curve. I wonder what this dip was. That's interesting. But just pull in, it's 58 kilowatts. We plugged in a very high state of charge. Not disappointed with that. The battery's also really cold, so that's not gonna help it either. But yeah, last charging stop here. Thanks, Apple Green, I guess. And let's get on the road. Unplug. Oh, guess I should stop the charge first, shouldn't I? Whoops, active session. There we go. Now I can unplug. Stopping. There we go. Yeah, much heavier. Ugh. And we're about to put a close to this trip. All right, everybody, we are in the car. Now it says we're gonna ride with 22%. We're supposed to ride with 0. We added 12%. I don't know, that math is interesting. But yeah, let's get on the road. All right, everyone, we are in our final descent to home. We're gonna be there in about 23 minutes. So I figured this is a good time to wrap up the trip. And then when we get home, we can just unpack and eat dinner and go to sleep. So honestly, it's been a pretty boring trip, which is good, I think. A lot of people find EV traveling to be inconvenient, but it hasn't been for us. It's been very boring. So why has it been boring? Well, at least coming home, we didn't really have to stop to charge. We left at a pretty high state of charge, thanks to charging at a public place, at a place we had to go because we were going to an event there. And then we were able to come home. I had to stop to go to the bathroom, and there was charging there, so I plugged in, and then we didn't have to stop to charge. So we were able to drive basically from Pittsburgh back to Maryland without having to stop to charge. We charged while we stopped, but we didn't have to stop to charge. So yeah, EV traveling can be boring, and as electric vehicle charging infrastructure is built out over time, I think that is just what's going to happen, is that charging is going to become boring, and hopefully EV adoption will go up because people are going to find out, hey, I can go wherever I want to go easily, especially if it's, you know, shorter to medium distance, like 200 to 500 mile trips. So yeah, as far as Equinox stuff, Super Cruise has been working great. I had automatic lane changes put on with Super Cruise, and I was finding it was being pretty aggressive, but it was doing its job. Thought that was pretty interesting, but really no random shutoffs of Super Cruise. The only time I found it to struggle the most was during areas of the road that had construction, or it appears places on the road where they recently did construction and maybe the lanes aren't exactly the way they used to be. Super Cruise tended to be a little bit confused at times. So I would just shut it off, leave it on cruise control, and then once it wasn't confused anymore, I would turn it on and leave it. So that was good, really great experience. Another, you know, just great trip using Super Cruise, making it relaxing and enjoyable to do. So that's pretty much my summary here of this trip. Great trip, great wedding, enjoyable time. Pittsburgh is a super cool town. If you haven't been there, go check it out. And that's all I have. So thanks again for watching. If you haven't already, please remember to give a like, a subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will catch you all next time.